would you say is the hard, or was and is the hardest thing when it comes to starting your business?
I think when you're starting your business, is just trusting the process. You let all these outside things worrying you, like, oh, this won't work. What if that fails? But you've just got to trust the process. Yes. I think that's the one thing that weighs on your mind a little bit. But then every time you have a bit of hiccups here and there, but it always does work out. So why do we doubt ourselves?
Yes.
But it always happens because you always hear, and having Asian parents and people around you, they're kind of like, oh, business is risky. You've got to be careful. Why can't you just get a job in a law firm and, do all that? Yeah.
Well, they are right in a way, because if you are working for somebody else, the risk factor is almost at zero. You just have to make sure that you show up, do a great job, and then you get paid. But you're obviously not going to have the same outcome like you are having by running your own show. So starting a law firm, again, you had a choice to have a slow growth.
Yeah.
Because most people in general with their businesses, if they are starting, for example, law firm, they will start on their own. Next year, they might hire one more staff. Year after that, they might hire 2 more staff.
Yeah.
You decided to conquer the world. You're just about to hit 40 staff within 2 years. Managing growth, what challenges do you normally see there that you can overcome? Because there's, for start, you have to make sure that you create or generate enough work for the team. 1, 2, wages need to be paid. Challenges are there. How do you overcome those challenges?
I think you have to take every day, day by day.
Yes.
To be honest, people are like, wow, you've grown from 0 to 40 so quickly. But to be honest, I think I'm actually being quite cautious in that, so conservative in that, because right now, like through our marketing, we get 300 leads a day. So no matter how many lawyers I'm putting on at the moment, it actually doesn't satisfy the amount of leads and queries we actually get. Yes. So I actually think I'm actually being quite conservative, actually. Yes. But people don't think that, because you're like, wow, you put 40 people on the payroll in 2 years.
But you're also generating enough work that supports that, I'm guessing.
Yes. And then I think the growth part is really interesting, because I think at the beginning it's just you. So you're kind of generating $100,000. If you show up, you will generate $100,000. Then when you get to $1 million, you're kind of like, all right, I need to put systems and processes in place to kind of continue that growth and support that growth essentially as well. And then when you're trying to get to 1 million to 10 million, it's no longer about you. It's about your employees and how you're going to empower them to be the best version of themselves.
And I guess that's when systems and processes are so crucial as well, because just to run a team of almost 40 people, that's starting to be a larger scale business as well. So systems and processes and being organized, it becomes so crucial.
So important. But also empowering the people, I think that's so important. Like, you don't realize that until you're like, okay, how can I, empower this person so that they can take on this role as team leader or whatever it is.
Because look, I think traditionally, I was speaking to my uncle a couple of years ago, and he has worked for the same company for 47 years.
Yes.
So first job, he started in the company till the day that he retired, worked same business. These days, it's very hard to find employees or somebody that has worked for the same company for 10 years. So I think us as a business owners have to understand the times that we are living in, and we have to offer from culture is very good, very important as well. You want to make sure that, I always say I have to make sure that people within my business are, we're creating that fun environment where I want them to come to work instead of, they're just coming to work for the heck of it and they can get their pay.
That's right.
Because people don't realize that 80% of your day while you are awake is about work. I'm just taking myself as an example. I wake up in the morning, I'm getting ready to go to work. Then you spend half an hour to 1 hour in traffic going to work. Then you work all day. You come home 6:30, 7 o'clock, and you're really awake for 2-3 hours maximum before you pass out again, and then you're sleeping. So while you're awake, that 80% of your day, everything is about work. So it is crucial that employees or us as a business owners create that environment where people feel like, what, if I'm spending 80% of my time while I'm awake, at least I'm spending it in a place where I wanna be, And that is a challenge for a lot of people that, I guess old school in a way that they're not seeing what's working today. You know, I mean, like, you know, in this office for One Life Club, there's a music playing all day.
Yeah.
You know, traditionally, like, you know, traditionally there's like no music.
Yeah.
You know, in a corporate
serious.
world,
Yeah.
you know, it's very serious. Normally in corporate world, you know, people, you know, have to be dressed in suits. Our teams are dressed anyway. You know, obviously you want them to be presentable when they're meeting people, but at the same time, if you're employing 10 IT guys, you know, they don't have to wear suits because that's not generation today. So I think just moving ahead with time is so freaking crucial because it's so hard to find good employees.
Yeah.
So when we find them, we gotta, you know,
work out how to keep them, you know, essentially. And that is one of my biggest challenges as well, is when you identify your 18 players and you're kind of like, all right, how do I keep them on? And, you know, how do I keep them on for a long time as well?
Yes.
So that's one of the things that I'm trying to work on every single day. We're testing all different sorts of things. And the thing you just mentioned about, you know, people working and then, you know, only being awake for 2-3 hours before they do it all over again, you know, yeah, we're in a different age. People don't want that anymore.
Yes.
You know, they want to have a life. They want to do different things. They want to work, but they don't want to do those hours because they want to do all those things at retirement now.